reason why we started the rescue was because of just the results that we were seeing at the shelter. Just getting these animals out of that shelter environment could really turn these animals around.
We went to the memory care unit, and this was the first time walking through, and there was a woman there that was suffering from Alzheimer's. Her husband was just kind of sitting away, just not even paying attention. She was having what they call a weepy day, so she was just kind of sitting there crying. And it was just a bad day. And so we walked in, and of course, the husband's turning around looking at the dog, and everybody's happy. And so they, both of the nurses I was with sat down and was talking to her and asked her, do you want to pet him? Look at the puppy, look at the puppy. So they took her hand and just lightly touched the top of his head. And then she kind of spun around in her chair, and she stopped crying. And so I'm standing there, and I start backing away because I'm about to cry. And so then they said, you want to give him a treat. So she put a treat in her hand. And if you work with Alzheimer's folks or have known someone, they tend to curl their hands, and that's just part of the disease. And what he ended up doing is Shay took his little nose and just peeled the first finger back very lightly, and then just nudged the other finger out of the way, gently took it out of her hand, started eating it, and she continued petting it. I just about lost it. Just recently we had these horrible tornadoes blow through and tore apart families, and unfortunately pets also were part of the families that were terrorized by it. Is we will take in pets for up to 30 days. And it's for people that are facing extenuating circumstances. A lot of times we do have to turn folks away because we don't have the foster homes to do the temporary placements.
This particular dog, his name was Zeus. He had been adopted to this couple who adopted him from a rescue. Zeus would attack people. Zeus would, if somebody came to the door, he would lunge at them. He actually broke out the window and jumped out the window to attack somebody outside. And they asked me to come over and do a behavior consult because they weren't sure if he was even a candidate to be rehomed. They were considering euthanizing him. And the rescue agreed to take the dog back into their rescue. But they did not have room for him, and they needed additional behavior work, so they asked me to take him. So now I've got this dog locked in a room. What am I going to do? So I just be brave, open up the door, step on his leash. Come on, Zeus, let's go. We're going for a walk. So we walk around the field over and over and over. Don't look at him, don't talk to him. Bring him back in, put him in, and do this many, many times a day and many, many days. Me and Zeus became buddies like me and Lenny just because of that. I thought, is this dog ever going to be adoptable? We just thought, the heck of it, we're just going to put him up for adoption. Let's just see what kind of people we get. I get this phone call, and this lady's like, oh, this is exactly the type of dog I need. And I said, what? What do you, explain to me why you need this dog. And she said she has this little girl.
This little girl suffered from a lot of mental health problems. She was bullied at school. She couldn't sleep at night. And it was kind of like a person, like Zeus. They were equal. The first overnight she had with Zeus was the first night the little girl slept without a nightlight or her door.
Every person's different, but every dog is different, and we can all, every dog could go with a person that matches that dog's behavior, and a lot of people don't see that. But that dog saved her life.
She saved his. harm is little, but the impact is enormous. So we need help.